y'all, and welcome to today's video. I'm very excited because I have my skincare on, but we are going to get ready together today. We're going to do our makeup together. Now my voice is a little hoarse. I talked way too much at work yesterday, apparently. So if my voice sounds a little off, I do apologize. But this morning I woke up and I wanted to just get ready with y'all. So I went on Instagram and I kind of shopped my stash and pulled some older products, some newer products, and I asked Instagram to pick out my makeup for me. So that's what today's gonna be. I'm gonna show y'all what products we talked about, what products got picked, and we're just going to use those things, get ready together this morning. I am super excited. I love doing get ready with me style videos, but if you're new here, I want to say, hey, my name is Heather and makeup makes me happy. Here at my channel, we don't try to be perfect. We just want to have a good time with our makeup, whatever that means. I am uploading new videos every single day right now, so please do subscribe before you leave if you want to stay up to date on all of my future videos. But even when it's not Vlogmas, I normally upload 5, 6, 7 videos a week. So throughout the year, you always get tons of content from me. But I want to put some makeup on. I have a lot of things to do today, so let's jump into it. Okay, so diving right in, we are going to start with primer. So I'll pop up the photos of the votes and stuff as we go, but I did ask my followers on Instagram, should I use the Natasha Denona Hydrating Primer or should I use the Danessa Myricks Universal Skin Balm? Y'all voted on the Skin Balm. So I was actually excited to use this again because I bought this not long after it launched and I just haven't loved it. I know you can buy it in different shades and use it like as a foundation if you want to, like a skin tint. And then I saw a lot of people with oily skin getting this. This is the universal shade, so it's just like a translucent. But I saw a lot of people with oily skin buying this, reviewing it, and like loving it, saying that it was perfect as a primer, that it really made the makeup last and wear well on their oily skin. And I haven't found that to be true for me. I do have oily skin. I am 35 and I do live down in the South where it's nice and humid. So I love products that kind of smooth my skin, prep it for makeup, make sure the makeup wears well, lasts well. But this, every time I used it, I just didn't love it. So I've been meaning to pull it back out and try it again now that it's maybe winter time. It's not, 104 degrees here right now like it is in the summer. So I wanted to pull it back out and see if, basically I wanted to give it another shot. So I was kind of happy that y'all picked this one, but I did have y'all vote on the primer. So I figured with whatever primer y'all picked, I would pick my own foundation and concealer because I want to make sure like I'm giving everything a fair shot, and then I let y'all pick the powder. So what I'm going to do is quickly apply my Too Faced Born This Way matte foundation, my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I'm going to apply this real quick and then we will come back because I did let y'all pick the setting powder. Okay, so I'm putting on my Too Faced foundation. I just have it on this part of my face right over here, but it's looking nice on top of the primer. Even though it is Born This Way matte, I don't find it to be like a flat matte. I find it to be pretty skin-like. I mean, it's not set with powder or anything right now, so of course it's gonna have somewhat of a sheen to it. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of update y'all and let you know that so far over the Danessa Myricks Balm, the Yummy Skin Balm, so far it's working well. And I was trying to remember if when I, like the first bit that I was reviewing that Danessa Myricks, I was trying to remember if I had used it with this Too Faced foundation, and I just can't remember. I want to say I tried it with NARS, with Pat McGrath. Those are both like go-to foundations for me, but I can't remember if I tried it with the Too Faced. So it'll be good that I'm getting to try this primer again. Okay, so the foundation is looking nice. On top of that primer, I'm just going to put on my Too Faced concealer. And I didn't say, I'm not the best about telling y'all like what sponge I'm using, so I'm trying to get better. But this is the Lunar Beauty sponge. Everything I use in today's video, I will definitely make sure to link that down below just in case you're curious, or maybe I talk about something and you want to check it out. It will be all in the description box. Okay, primer, foundation, concealer, we're good. I am going to use my One Size Ultimate Setting Powder. So I asked y'all to vote on a setting powder for me. I put up the Cover FX powder. I used to love that powder, and then I feel like I just kind of like slowly phased it out of like what I was reaching for the most, because I was really in favor of my Huda Beauty powder, my Sigma setting powder, and I was like, you know, maybe I should try this one again. So I asked you on Instagram, I put the Cover FX one in there, but y'all voted on the One Size, and I really like this primer too. So we're gonna use this to set our face. And I am going to be using this little puff thing. I've been using these things for a long time. I will link them down below. I've seen everybody on, like, I think TikTok and stuff has been talking about these, and I'm like, yeah, they're amazing. They're amazing, and they're so inexpensive for so many of them. So I'm trying to think, like, am I ready to set my face? Yes. I'm just going to press. This is just how I like to put my powder on. I am oily. I'm telling y'all, oily. Meaning my makeup will get eaten by the oils on my face if I am not setting down with the powder. Powder is very, very important to me. And I really do like this one from One Size, because I feel like a lot of times with translucent powders, they can still like really, really alter the shade of your makeup. And you know, I choose the shades of my concealer for a reason. I don't want a powder to come in and either make them super dark or super light. So as you can see, like this powder, it sets and it mattifies, but it doesn't like totally brighten or anything odd like that. So I'm just going to set everything down with this powder. And then so yeah, y'all voted on the powder. I did not put a like finishing powder in, which is what I'll use to kind of like buff and set the rest of my face, because like I said, I needed, listen, Instagram picked my makeup, but I needed to have some control over some products, especially since I didn't know what y'all were gonna pick. So I'm going to kind of buff in a finishing powder to the other areas of my face. I'm gonna use my Dior Powder No Powder, and I really hope Dior is not discontinuing it. I'm gonna cry. It's not just been pulled from Sephora, it's been pulled from all retailers besides Dior, which is very scary to me. I'm gonna fill in my brows, and then we will do eyeshadow together, because Instagram did pick the shadows that we're gonna use today, and I'm excited. Okay, so I buffed in a little bit of that Dior Powder No Powder, and I filled in my brows. I just used my Urban Decay Brow Blade to fill in my brows. I'm in the shade Blackout. And then for the, like, to set them down, I used my Pink Honey glue. So I asked y'all on Instagram, if you're following me on Instagram, I asked on my stories, should I use the new Be Perfect Stacey Marie Carnival 5000 million Interstellar palette, or I've been wanting to combine these two. So I said, should I use the Be Perfect or should I combine the Unearthly Vitality palette with Adept Minka? I pop up the image, y'all see, this is what you voted for. So I kind of want to do something maybe like pinky purple today. So I'm going to prime my eyes for shadow. I'm going to use my Sigma eye base. I love that eye base. Normally I choose Ignite, which I love. That will work for anything. But today I'm actually going to go with Persuade, which is a little more like pinky in tone, since we're gonna do like pink shadows and I have Persuade. Like whenever I place a Sigma order, I always order 2 Ignites and a Persuade because I never want to be without them. So I'm gonna prime my eyes with that and then we'll create some type of eye look. Okay, so we're ready for shadow and I'm gonna start off with the Vitality palette. I'm mainly going to use the mattes in this palette and then we'll dip into Minka for the like special shades. But what I want to start with is this hot pink right here, this shade called Animation. I really want to put that like intensely kind of in the crease, the socket of my eye. And then what I'll do is I'm going to buff out this pink with probably just a little bit of feeling, but I may add in some gusto too. We'll kind of see how it goes. Okay, so I'm just going to press this pink shade in. I really like this hot pink. It's almost like neon-esque, you know? You could definitely use like a white eyeshadow base to make it even more poppy. But let me know, should I do more of these get ready with me style videos where I let like Instagram vote in polls to pick out the makeup? I had fun with it. Like I said, when I woke up this morning, I really wanted to, well, I wanted to get ready and I wanted to like film, but I was like, I don't really know, like I need some direction for this get ready with me. So I had a lot of fun kind of like gathering a few products and then letting y'all vote. You know, like I did that kind of first thing this morning and then kind of went about my morning, drank my coffee, hung out with my kid, you know, got some breakfast and then, you know, sat down and kind of looked at the poll and it was fun to see what y'all voted on. I just find Instagram overall to be very inspiring for me for makeup. I love seeing the photos of people that post like their eye looks, or maybe they like pulled different palettes together and this is the shadows that they're using today. I think it's super duper fun. I know a lot of people kind of don't like Instagram or social media as a whole because they're like, you know, oh, it's a highlight reel of someone. But of course it is. Of course it is. It's just a small, like it's a photo or a 30-second video, you know, that somebody's sharing. I just think, especially like makeup and fashion wise, I can feel so inspired. So I really enjoy Instagram, and if you voted on these polls, I really appreciate it because it's definitely made like my life easier this morning. And once like I saw the palette I wanted me to use, I was like, oh, okay, like this is the eye look that I'm gonna do today. I want to do something pink with some purple or something like that. I don't know. But I was like, I really just want to use this hot pink. Actually, we'll see. We'll see where the look takes us. But now that I have that hot pink down kind of how I want it, it's all in the socket, above the socket, below the socket, I'm not about being precise. Now I'm going to go in, these are Sigma brushes that I'm using, but now I want to go in with Feeling and Gusto. I want to mix them both. I actually picked up a little bit more of that Gusto than anything else actually, because I want to just use this kind of like peachy shade. I think is going to be really pretty. And this brush is just very fluffy. I'm just blending this right along here, making sure I don't have any harsh lines, anything like that, just buffing and blending. Okay, let's deepen up the outer portion of our eye with, I was kind of going back and forth, like, did I want to use this deep dark purple? This one is definitely more cool toned. Do I want to use this more raspberry? Or I have the purple matte in the Minka palette. Let me see. I'm like, can I even hold this up? Which this one is like this. There we go. This purple matte is not quite as cool toned as this one. But I think what I'm going to do is go in with this one right here. This is Sparkle. And I'm going to pick that up. This is like a smaller, more kind of tapered brush. And I'm going to just kind of build up the outer corner right here. I want to like pack it right there onto the lid. And then just kind of slowly blend out. Because I do want to have some depth to then kind of like put a multi-chrome on the lid. That's the plan at least. So I'm just blending like this and then lightly wrapping it around this part of the lower lash line, just so it's kind of like a C shape right here. Okay, then I want to go in with this multi-chrome right here. This is Linda, and this is like a, I can't even describe it. It's almost like a rainbow. It's like this green, gold, red to pink to purple. Like there's so many shifts and reflex in it that I don't even know how to describe it to you. I do have separate videos. Like I have a video for Vitality with swatches, looks, everything. I think I have multiple videos with Vitality, and I know for sure I have a whole Minka video where I'm like showing swatches and things, and then I also have it in several other videos, tutorials on Instagram, TikTok, all of that. So definitely look around if you want more like thoughts or anything on this palette. But I'm just going to pick this up on my Sigma brush, and we're going to put this all over the lid. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of put this on. And I don't want to take it all the way out to the outer corner because I definitely want to leave that matte out there and deep and dark. But I am going to pull this up pretty high. I'm not going to keep it just low right here. I'm going to bring it up. See, like right there is my socket. And yeah, I want you to be able to clearly see this shade because it is such a beautiful multi-chrome. I want you to be able to see it. So I'm just putting it all the way up here and then gonna kind of smooth this out. Okay, I am loving this. I really love this. Y'all, I'm telling you, if you feel like you want like a refresh with your makeup, but you don't really want to buy anything new, just go through your palettes, open them up, and see which palettes maybe you think would pair well together, and mix and match. Remember, you don't have to just use one palette if you don't want to. If you have two palettes, pair them together, like shop your stash, you know? So I'm having fun pairing these two together. This is a lot of fun for me. So what I want to do now is do something on the lower lash line, and I've kind of been going like back and forth. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? And I really think any of these purples would be pretty on the lower lash line. It would be very pretty and cohesive to go in with this shade that we used in the outer corner and just bring that under. But, you know, I want to go in with this blue. I want to go in with this blue called Striking. And man, I can tell my voice is getting worse and worse. Oh my gosh, dropping my mirror. Let me put this on the lower lash line. So I'm gonna pick this up. This brush is really dense and perfect for the lower lash line. So I'm just going to put that blue down, and I want to just kind of drag it back and forth, but I just want this little bit of blue on the lower lash line from our Vitality palette. Okay, I like that. I like the blue on the lower lash line in contrast with these more pinky purpley tones that we have. So for the inner corner, I have so many options with this palette. Like, this palette is just so good. Oh my gosh, it's so good. But looking at this, I think what we'll do is go in with the shade right here. Let's do this one. This is the shade Maya. So I'm going to take this domed brush and we're just going to highlight the inner corner. Okay, so I'm going to take Maya and I'm going to press first and then I will blend. But I like to kind of like press it on first just to make sure I really get that sparkle right where I want it. So beautiful. There we go. And I kind of like pack till it looks how I want it, and then I'll lightly kind of blend. But this will be our eye look right here. I am going to put on liner, mascara, and I'm going to put on a lash. Yeah, that's really pretty. Everything blended together so well, worked together so well. But I'm going to do that. I'm going to put on a lash, and then I had y'all vote on bronzer, blush, highlighter, and lips. So we will do all of that together. I'll show you what kind of won in our polls, and I'm excited. It's gonna be a fun time. Okay, eyes are done. I put on some black liquid liner on my top lash line and some Kiss Ruffle lashes that I've kind of like cut a little bit shorter. And then I'm wearing my Kaleidos Night of Creation multi-chrome liner in the waterline. So I had y'all vote on bronzers. I asked the Fenty bronzer versus a NARS bronzer. And of course, y'all picked the Fenty. This is the Instant Warmth Sun Stalk'r bronzer. I like this bronzer, but I don't love it. And I feel like I need to use it some more. So I'm glad that y'all picked this one, because I was like, you know what? Let me try it some more, because I do like it. It's just not like a go-to bronzer for me, you know? So I'm going to grab my F12 from Sigma and we'll put this on and we'll just kind of blend. It's very pretty. It's a very pretty bronzer. But I don't know, I feel like I just reach for other ones more than this. So it was, yeah, I really enjoyed pulling out some things, shopping my stash, and letting y'all vote. That was fun. Just gonna bronze up the forehead just a bit. Make us look like, you know, it's not December. Make it look like it's not December. I mean, to be fair, it's only like, I think it's like 65 degrees today. So I know to a lot of you, y'all are like, that's not cold. But to me, it is cold and I don't like it. So I'm happy to have this bronzer to give my skin like some warmth. Okay, I'm definitely gonna leave this Fenty bronzer out where I will use it more, because I think it looks so beautiful. Like, why am I not reaching for this bronzer more? Now, I had y'all vote on a blush palette. I thought a palette would be better because I didn't know where the eye look would go, what tones we would need. So I asked y'all the Laura Lee Blush Aesthetic palette or the Melt Monarca blush palette that launched holiday last year. I'm not sure if this one's still available. I will see, and I'll link it down below if so. But y'all voted for this one, and there are some glowy blushes in here, But we are going to go in with highlight, so I don't want too glowy of a blush. So what I think we'll do is we'll mix this hot pink here and this more light kind of nude pink over here. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to mix them both together. I've got my Sigma F35 brush. I'm going to go into the hot pink first and then the light pink second. These blushes are really, really beautiful. I really like this palette. I hope it's still available, but I'm not sure. So I'm just going to blend this in. And I'm actually going to pick up a little bit more of that hot pink. I dipped in very lightly at first because I don't want to not have control of it, you know? Like I wanted to kind of layer it how I want to layer it. So I'm just going to blend that in. This is a really pretty formula though. I really like melt blushes. Like their cream blushes are so beautiful. Their like all of their blushes are so pretty. So not surprising that I loved their holiday blush palette as well. Okay, next up I asked y'all to vote on highlighter, Oden's Eye or Kaleidos, which I use both of those pretty regularly, but I was like, you know, y'all just pick. I love. So y'all voted for Oden's Eye. So the shade I'm going to use today is Rose Sky. So this is so pretty. It's like this silver pink purple. And I do have questions from time to time that people ask me like, oh, which Oden's Eye, like, do I like Oden's Eye colorful highlighters that launched this year or X, Y, and Z brand? But the thing is, like, Oden's Eye said on the website that these are different formulas within the line. So, like, it really depends, like, shade to shade. So I can't just do, like, a blanket comparison, you know, to some of the highlighter palettes that have come out and stuff because it's not all the same formula in Oden's Eye. So if you look at their website, like that's what the Oden's Eye website says as well. But I'm just going to highlight. Oh, that's so pretty. It's got like this pink, red, gold, somewhat purple, but it's more warm. It's definitely not like cool. It's definitely more to the fiery side. It's just so pretty and so, such a beautiful, fun sparkle to it. If you don't like a sparkle to your highlighter, these from Oden's Eye are not for you. I love a sparkle though. I feel like it gives like that wet skin look to the cheek, which we're all about. We're all about having fun with makeup here. So I'm going to bring that down pretty low because I want to highlight these big cheeks. Okay, once I have that highlighter on, and this was a E61 from Sigma. So we are going to do lips. I asked y'all to vote on lipstick. I said Tarte lipsticks, and I put a couple of different ones in the photo, or lime crime liquid lipsticks, and y'all voted on Tarte. So the one I want to go with today is Cranberry is the shade, and this is the Maracuja Juicy Lip Cream. So I'm going to put on a lip liner. Let me kind of wipe off. I have a little bit of my Sigma Beauty lip oil on as part of my skincare that was kind of hydrating my lips. So this is the shade. So I'm going to put on ABH Raisin lip liner, and then we'll come back with the lipstick. But I do want to get a lip liner on first. Okay, I really like this Tarte Maracuja lip line. I have this formula, the lip cream. I tried this first when I ordered a set from QVC. Actually, I shared the deal on my community tab because it was such a crazy good deal. And I know a lot of y'all said that you picked it up as well. So I've been using this formula for a little while now, and I really like it. And then I love the other ones too. The Lip Plump formula. I love the Juicy Lip formula too. Like, it's so good. This one is probably the least shiny of the three, but so comfortable and hydrating, like such a win from Tarte. So again, this shade is Cranberry. All right, y'all, here is our finished look. Let me know, do you want me to do more videos like this? I had a lot of fun with it. I really enjoyed it. Very casual, get ready with me, but kind of like shop my stash and letting go the control of like picking the products and letting y'all help me with that. I had a lot of fun. If you're not following me on Instagram or TikTok, of course, you don't have to, but they are always in the description box if you want to follow me there. I will link everything I talked about, and I'm really into my look. I do need to film another video, so I think I'm going to rest my voice for a little bit because I can tell I've just been talking too much lately, so I need to hydrate, let my voice rest for a minute. And I just want to say thank you so much for being here. If you voted on the polls on Instagram, thank you so much. It was a lot of fun, and I'm into my makeup. I'm so into this. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow in a new video. Bye.